This is the Sports Porch, Philadelphia, with your hosts, the Grand Schwalbini, Rube, and me, your technical director. Come on, Philly, show us a little Eagles, Flyers, Phillies, and Sixers love. The Philadelphia Sports Porch starts now.
All right, welcome to the Sports Porch, Philadelphia, home of your NFC Eastern Division. Back-to-back champions, the first time in 21 years that a team in the East has repeated back-to-back. So they can now take down that graphic and stop showing it every single year.
Hear, hear.
Yeah, so thanks for joining. If you're watching us on X, be sure to follow us. If you're on YouTube, make sure to subscribe. And if you're watching us on Facebook, we just thank you very much. Well, Rube, this game at halftime just feels like it was 10 years ago.
Doesn't it?
It really does. I mean, they really outplayed Washington in the first half, but my gosh, I mean, let's just get Jake Elliott out of the way early, shall we? What do we do? What do we do with Jake Elliott here?
You got to let him work through it. And the good news, I don't know of any other way. You gotta stay with your guy. You gotta trust him. It's kind of the same discussion to obviously a lesser extent as we had with Jalen. I think at this point in the season, you can't get another kicker. We saw he struggled a little bit last year, and he came through for us in the playoffs. And given that we've now won the East and we're likely going to be the 3 seed, which we know isn't a great seed to be, I think you just got to let him work through it over the next couple of weeks.
Yeah, I mean, the bottom line is in each Super Bowl winning year, he did come through.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I guess you just got to hang in there. I mean, I just don't know what it is. I don't know what is wrong with him, but it's frustrating because, there was a time where, I mean, go back, like he's struggling this year and he struggled last year. I would say prior to that, I mean, he was just basically automatic.
Yeah.
You
just kind of wonder about next year, right? Obviously,
Yeah.
I don't think we have any choice but to stick with him this year, and we should, right? He's earned the benefit of the doubt. However, I don't know what this means for him going in the next season, and maybe it's time that we start finding the next kicker. As much as I hate to say it, because he's my favorite Eagle.
Yeah, a little competition anyway. But let's talk about the good. What would you say was the good from today's game?
Jordan Davis was really good, wasn't he?
He's unbelievable. I mean, really think about it. This offseason, we were thinking, do you give him the 5th-year option or don't you? And they decided to do that. But like he's now like a Pro Bowl player. I mean, he's like, to be honest, I know in my head he's not as good as Jalen Carter, but he certainly feels like it right now, doesn't he?
Yeah, and listen, they've won a couple games in a row, albeit against inferior competition, without Jalen Carter. So I'm hopeful that when Carter comes back, it's that much more of a potent defense. We're peaking at the right time, and I haven't heard much about what the surgery was with him, but I have heard that he'll be available for the playoffs. And I also think we desperately need Lane Johnson back. Our first down efficiency has just not been great. But listen, my good Jordan Davis. What about you?
I'm going to go with the lemmer here, Saquon Barkley. It's Barkley, I believe.
Yes.
But that's okay. I appreciate your contributions, Les. And look, he had 132 yards, about 6.1 per carry. I mean, his touchdown run was phenomenal. He basically almost like stayed on his feet going backwards, So that was just a powerful punishing run, which was nice. And then, of course, he broke a big one towards the end. And, of course, Tank always adds on at the end,
Yeah, Tank gives that spark, right? He is this year's Kenny Gainwell, and I think we need that, right? We need that
Yeah.
back that can come in and spell him, and I'd like to see him have success. And he runs fierce and he runs hard. I like
Yeah,
Tank.
I'd like to see him more in the middle of the game, though. Like,
Yeah,
kind of
I agree.
give Barkley like a spell, here and there. But yeah, Saquon was very good. They stuck with the run, which was great. I thought that for the most part, Jalen played a pretty good game, used his legs when he needed to. The touchdown to Dallas Goedert was probably the turning point in the game.
Great throw.
That was an awesome throw.
Yeah.
And kept AJ Brown happy today. He got 9 catches for like 95 yards. Smitty was involved. It's nice when the two of them are involved at the same time.
Yeah, I agree. And they didn't get Dallas involved until the second half. It just
Right.
befuddles me. There's enough balls to go around. And I'm sure, listen, it's not as easy as you and I think it is. Just, hey, throw it to those 3 guys, hand it to Barkley, and all is good. I get it. But man, when we get Dallas Goedert involved in the game, we usually win.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. Yeah, and I mean, look, I mean, I guess you got to be happy with the play calling, the way this game ended up. But boy, like sometimes, like when the run up the middle is just not working, why can't you just throw a toss here and there? You know what I mean? I
He
just don't
never
understand it.
Have you noticed, Mark? He never checks down to Barkley. I always see Barkley open in the flat as the safety valve,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
I rarely see him throw that ball.
yeah,
And I don't know why. I don't know. There's some things that I thought about today after this many games in the season, and I'm just scratching my head thinking, maybe this is all very purposeful. Maybe the fact that we can't seem to get out of the huddle and into a play unless there's one freaking second left on the clock.
right, right.
Maybe there's method to the madness. Maybe it's, hey, we don't want the defense to see what we're going to do and have time to adjust. I don't know what else it could be.
Right, right. I don't know either. I mean it's just yeah, I mean, like, there were several times where, they let them get the play off even though it was probably a half a second late, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
That's what the league tries to do anyway, is they basically say, "Hey, if it's borderline, just let the play go."
Right.
But, yeah, I don't know. It's hard to figure them out at times. I hope that Nakobe Dean is okay.
Oh,
They
yeah.
said hamstring. Um, but we need him on the field. Although Judd Campbell came in and played well.
Good.
I don't know why Adoree Jackson ever was on Terry McLaurin on that one play in the, in the first half.
The one
Like,
play.
how does
The
that
one
happen?
play.
How does that happen? I thought Quinyon is supposed to follow him all over the field. Like, so how does that happen? I don't know. Maybe they weren't playing it that way at that moment.
Yeah, who knows? It's when I think about the game overall, like listen, yeah, the good are all the things we said. Back-to-back NFC champions. Defense still looks really good. Jordan Davis is turning into a beast, which like you said, we didn't necessarily already think. Jalen played a good game, but there's certainly opportunities, right? I think we agree. Special teams. What other opportunities do you see?
Um, you're basically saying what ways do I think we need to improve?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, well, I agree with you. I mean, obviously, special teams is the big one. Because look, when you're playing against the top teams in the league, you can't miss field goals. You
Mhm.
know, maybe one, but you can't miss multiple field goals. Or multiple extra points, or whatever it comes down to.
Mhm.
Um, now look, I'm going to give the guy a break on the fumble on the kickoff because I think that's his first fumble of his career. So I'll give him a break there. But you know, It also wasn't fantastic when he caught the ball and he was in the end zone, and I think he just came out because he wasn't sure. But still, special teams needs to be cleaned up a little bit.
A
I
lot.
think, yeah, a lot. Yeah, you're right. And on on offense, um, it's just it's a matter of, I guess, combination of playing cleaner, crisper, and play calling to match the situation is what I would say.
Okay.
You know like, I think that those are something like actually, to be honest, another, area of opportunities you would call it is, "Hey, tush push is not working."
It's not working. It's not. I wish they would just go away from it for a while and
Yeah,
try. How difficult would it be to hand 26 the ball on a
right,
handoff and let's
right,
be done with this, or throw a
right,
quick screen, or
right,
throw to one of our three receivers. I,
right. I mean, like, because here's the bottom line. This is sort of what's happening now. You got a first and goal on the 1 yard line. It's now first and goal from the 6.
yeah, and then it was like
Because
second and goal from the 15, and
right,
so you know what's happening. They're calling it very, very
right,
closely. They said,
right,
"Fine, you guys can keep your play, but
right.
you can't. There's any inkling of a false start,
Mhm.
it's happening."
Right.
So I think we need to adjust. I almost was kind of relieved when we went back to the five. That way, we had to run a
Yeah,
regular play, and
right,
they showed the stat. It's the lowest percentage of success that we've had on that play in 5 years or however long
right,
that we've been doing it.
right.
So we're
So,
gonna either have to figure out how to clean it up, or we're gonna have to figure out a different approach.
yeah, and I mean, look, the way that I sort of look at it is, there first of all, okay, you don't have Kelsey, who Kelsey was certainly better at it than Cam Jurgens, you
Hmm.
know? You also have, um, Dickerson inside is a huge part of that play, and he's banged up.
Hmm.
And then you also have your weak link on the offensive line, prize fighter now, Tyler Steen.
Maybe Jake Paul wants a shot at Tyler Steen. I don't know.
Yeah, and Tyler Steen is your weak link, and he's the other guy in the middle.
Hmm.
So and look, I mean, like, Mailata and Lane Johnson, they're really not that involved on it because you're just
Right.
basically going over one of the guards or over the center. So the bottom line is like you don't have, your all you need to have success on that play at this moment. You just don't have it. I mean, no, it would be a little bit different if it was beginning of the season and Dickerson and Jurgens is a little banged up too. If they're 100% healthy, it might be a different situation. But when you basically have the three in the middle, each have their issues. It's we're not having success, so I don't really see the point. I mean, I almost like the idea more of lining up for the tush push and doing a fake.
Yeah, yeah, run something else off the tush push. They've
Yeah,
showed that they could do it. We
right.
got a comment from Jake G 3126. Should we pull that up?
Let's see. There it is. Tush push is the hemorrhoid play. Hurts up the middle.
Jake G.
I mean, hey, that was clever. I'll give him some credit. That was clever. But yeah, I mean, look, um, the play's just not working, and right now we've got so much talent on the offensive side of the ball. We don't really need it.
I
We
agree.
really don't. We really don't. And
I will
I
tell
even
you that. Yeah,
yeah,
go
go
ahead,
ahead.
please.
No, you go.
I was gonna say like a big opportunity for us is we always seem to be in third and long, and that's
Right,
because our first down play calling is just horrendous.
right,
And how many times can you run the inside draw to Barkley for 1 yard or no gain or a loss? And I'm just sick and tired and fed up with it. It's not gonna work, right? What we've done over the past 2 weeks, right? Albeit positive, good, we're in the playoffs. That's just not gonna work against good teams. And
no,
we've got to figure out a better solution for first down so we can not being third and long all the time.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, yeah, and look, I don't think there's any secret to it. You just got to mix it up a little bit,
Just a
right?
little bit.
I mean, look, like we could have on a first down lined up with Hertz, under center, ball fake to Barkley, go deep to Smith or Brown, right? And even if it's an incomplete pass, 40 yards downfield, um, they have to guess it. It makes the safeties and the corners take a few steps back, right? Or
Yeah.
the linebackers a few steps back. So, you got to do some of that here and there, or you just got to do, like do a first down play where it's just like a quick out to Dallas Goedert where he gets 8 yards.
Yeah, just get all we need is 4 to 5 yards on first down. And we were
Right.
doing that. We were super successful with that last year. Again, last year's last year. It's not this year. It just kind of feels like again, going back to maybe we just don't get it. Maybe the Grand Schwalbini and Rube just don't get it. And this is not trying to show our hand, for the playoffs. Maybe this is like preseason at this point. I I I I don't believe what I'm saying, but I'm looking for something
No.
that explains why we're so pathetic on first down.
No, see, there's no way that that's the case. There's just no way because they need to win this game, you
Yeah,
know? They need to win this game to make the playoffs, and they did, thankfully, but I'll tell you what, man, it wasn't feeling that good, at halftime. It
no,
really wasn't. Now
no.
look, I mean, we've kinda come to see this from the Birds. They will often play a team, they'll play kinda down to their competition, and then they'll, really take control in the second half, and that's what they did today. But also realize too, I mean, that's a pretty bad Washington team. It's
Yeah,
pretty
they came to fight in the first half, and I give them
bad.
credit. And but they listen. I think we'll talk about it more on the show, the Tuesday night show. But it's going to be. I'm glad we got Buffalo on the road. I think it's going to really show us whether we're ready for the big time or not. Assuming Buffalo has something to play for and they play their starters. We can talk more about that again on the show, but I'll be curious to see what you think about, should we be playing our starters and what should that look like?
Well, I think you have to play your starters until you can't advance any further.
Yeah,
And they still do have an opportunity for the 2 seed. So,
if Green Bay wins
especially
tonight.
especially if Green Bay wins tonight, right. So, I think you gotta play until you get to that point. But honestly, I'm almost like looking at the Bills game is pretty much like, the defining moment of the season. Like if we get routed by the Bills or lose a close game and don't look good in it as well,
Hmm.
then I'm just going to feel like it's just not our year. Whereas if somehow we come out there and both teams have all their starters playing and we have a convincing victory and look good against the Bills, then I'm going to say, like, watch out, watch out. We might be able to turn it on here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, but I'll be completely honest. I am not expecting that to happen. Like I,
No,
I would be I would be very surprised if that happened.
listen, I think the Bills have shown that their defense will give up points, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
what will likely happen is it's if all starters are playing and Al Cohen, our old friend Al Cohen, has
Al
chimed
Cohen
in
from Upper Dublin High School,
from Upper Dublin High
the
School.
Upper Dublin High School.
Hey Al, good to see you watching.
Good to see you,
Uh,
Al.
yeah, I don't know if we're going to play our starters next week against Buffalo. I guess it's dependent, as Mark was saying. Are we going to have an opportunity to move to the 2 seed? I think Schwabi, give the stat that you gave the other night. Right there is a lot to play for in the 2 seed.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, yeah. The stat is in the last 10 years, you've had a total of 20 teams playing in the Super Bowl. 16 of those 20 teams were either a 1 or a 2 seed. 1 of those 20 teams was a 3 seed. So it's basically what, a less than 10% chance. Right.
The
Right.
percentages are low.
No, I mean, look, anything can happen. We all know that. Every year is different. But
Mhm.
and 1 year, I mean, I'm not sure what year it was. I'll put my foot in the mouth and make a Pittsburgh reference as I usually do.
Uh,
But I do remember the Steelers won the Super Bowl as a 6 seed. I think the Giants also won the Super Bowl as a 6 seed in their 9-7 year.
yeah.
So look, anybody can catch lightning in a bottle. But the bottom line is 1 or the 2 seed is where it's at. And I'm sure half of those 2 seeds probably had the championship game at home because the 1 seed lost,
Right.
right?
Right.
Which was what happened with the Eagles last year.
Hmm.
So, yeah, you definitely wanna get that 2 seed. Um,
You know
it's
what else?
gonna
You
be
know what else is
yeah,
good
what?
news? You know what
What?
else is really good? As we talk about the good from today,
Yeah.
as a guy who's been living in Texas for 26 years, it's so nice that we don't have to. It's so nice that the Cowboys are out, and and
Yes,
uh, and I can talk to all my Cowboy friends here in Austin, Texas, and just remind
yeah,
them again how bad they are and that they suck.
right. And that only a few weeks ago, they thought that the miracle season was upon them.
But here we are. Here we are.
Right, here we are. So yeah, I mean, look, in the end, the Birds got it done. Um, I'm positive about it, looking forward to the game, against Buffalo. Now, being that this game is against Buffalo, I have to imagine this they're gonna make this you know, a a national game, right? When
Yeah.
is this game?
I don't know. That's a good question. I don't know when it's supposed to be. Let's
I bet it's like a Sunday night game. Let's see here.
Eagles versus Bills.
I'm on it here. It is, well, a little better. Sunday at 4:25.
Sunday at 4:25. That's
Yep.
interesting. It's at the Bills, so it's probably like an NBC game, not a Fox game.
No,
So,
It's a Fox game for some
oh, it
reason.
is a Fox game.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. But I wonder, you know what I wonder though? I
You want me to
wonder
have to
if,
flex it?
yeah, maybe they'll be flexed to some other time, you know?
What's
But,
the Sunday night game supposed to be next week? Do you have that in front of you?
I can look at it. Hold on. All right.
There may not even be one because of all the Christmas Day games. NFL schedule.
No, there's a Sunday game. No, they'll keep it. It's Bears at 49ers.
Ah, okay. Yeah.
So
So
right now that's 10-4 against 10-4.
yeah, that's a good game.
Yeah. Yep. So, yeah. All right.
So
Yeah.
hey, it's a W. We got stuff to work on. We took care of business again against a bad team. We thought the beginning of the season, it'd be interesting to go back to our picks, but I bet our records are pretty darn close, regardless of how we got there. And we'll end
Yeah.
up probably being that close at the end of the season. But it sure doesn't feel like we're peaking offensively going into the playoffs, and that's what we got to watch.
Yeah, I mean, we're definitely not. We're definitely not. But I would say that the signs are, they're at least a little more visible now.
Yep.
Like you have an, we've had, I think within the past, let's say within the past 4 games, I think twice Saquon's gone over 100. We've had some good games from AJ Brown. We've had a lot of good games from Goddard. We had the one really bad game by Hurts, but outside of that, he's come back and has been very good. Um, the fact that he's willing to use his legs a little more now, I think shows that it significantly helps our offense. Um, and the defense is pretty darn good. And on top of all that, you eventually get back Jalen Carter and Lane Johnson for the playoffs.
You get two Pro Bowlers back.
Right, right. So that's a great thing.
Yes.
It's also been nice too. We got to give BG some credit here.
BG, Leonard gave a BG exclamation point.
She did, yeah. BG actually in this stretch from last week to this week at one point had 3 sacks in his last 9 plays.
Yeah, and he's playing like defensive tackle. I don't even know if he's playing end, right? So they've moved him inside, which is just incredible.
Well, yeah, they moved him inside now that because of Jalen Carter. And you know what? Remember the sack on Tom Brady in the Super Bowl, that was from inside.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, look, he's a very strong man.
He's a very strong man.
He's a guy that can play there, So yeah, it's great to see that he's given us something. Because after the first few weeks, I thought, oh, he's not going to really give us anything.
Yeah.
So it's great to see that he's given us something. And I mean, look, look, as the players will say, everything they want to accomplish is all still right in front of them.
We have the opportunity to win back-to-back Super Bowls still. We're in the dance. We're in the dance. So
we do. And I'll say this too. Even though it didn't result in a 1 Super Bowl last year, maybe in a sense we're going to kind of be like the Kansas City Chiefs of last year, where they're just barely winning games and they're looking pretty sloppy all year, and then all of a sudden you get into the playoffs and they can't be beat until they meet the greatest team of all time, the Philadelphia Eagles.
Yeah, hey, you want to be the champs, you got to beat the champs, and we're in the dance. Hey, so for all our watchers at home, or all our viewers, do you want to remind them where they can catch us? And are we going to do a Christmas week special on Tuesday night?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Tuesday night, 7 p.m. It will be our Eve. So that is the eve before Christmas Eve. It'll be our Eve special broadcast at 7:00 Eastern time. We will break down Eagles, Bills, all the other playoff implications that are upon us. We will also throw in Flyers. Kind of let us down a little bit today, but they always seem to get a point.
Tough one today.
Sixers. I think they're winning at halftime tonight. Maxey already had 22 in the first half. I saw. We'll talk some Sixers. Hopefully, we will have maybe a big Philly signing to talk about as well. So we will break down all Philadelphia sports for you, and also share with you a little bit of what we are watching, so you can watch something good over the holiday season when you're. Hopefully, a lot of you have got some time off of work. So remember, you can watch us wherever you're watching us now. We got a bunch of people watching us on X at the Philly Porch. We got people watching us on YouTube. We got people watching us on Philadelphia Beautiful and the Philadelphia Sports Porch Facebook page. So on any of those, please follow us. Please subscribe. And then that way you'll get notifications when our show comes on. We're glad that you could join us this evening as we raise the banner for another year. NFC East champions, and we will see you on Tuesday night.
Go Birds.
Go Birds, and we are almost All right, Rube. I think I have to drop this to get us out of here. So
All right.
I'll talk to you soon, buddy.
All right. See you, bud. Later.
All right. Yep.
Bye.